2K Sports, a special Martin Luther King Day edition. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. It's the Miami Heat taking on the Boston Celtics. It's stolen by Bagley. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. And here's Boston.
You know, when Marvin Bagley entered the league, there were some questions as to which position would he play. But the versatility he brings is special. He can guard a number of positions, score inside and out, and he is a tremendous rebounder.
And so it's the Celtics getting on the board first. Shot's good by Butler.
And when he gets inside, Butler's not going to be denied. Tremendous focus down low.
Pass to Horford. Down low. Drummond. Horford trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Drummond.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation. Something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
And it's all about positioning for Butler. Once he's deep inside the paint, there's no question he's going to finish that one.
Now, here is Young. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
And Jimmy Butler, something of a quirky character, has a ritual whenever he's at a grocery store of paying the person's bill behind it. Doesn't care if it's 99 cents or 2,000.
Horford, no luck.
Well, he's got both height and length, and that time showed them both.
Yeah, and this team depends on Lowry. I mean, so skilled at creating shots for himself or his teammate.
And Butler never afraid to be a little bit different, listening to country music in the locker room, much to his teammates' chagrin.
In the offseason, riding around in a van with a baby on board sticker, even though he's single with no kids. Remove the rearview mirror as a symbolic reminder to never look back. This guy's special.
And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know. Greg goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D-up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Now the Heat with it. Outside Lowry. Pass to Butler. And stolen by Drummond. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. And it's good off the back rim and in. Hart's got his first points of the night.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
And the basket by Lowry.
These guys are like dentists right now. 4 out of 5 recommending a made shot. They're in a great groove.
Knocked loose. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And not usually what we see from him. 3 turnovers already in the game.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Parker with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Allen, that's good.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your point guard. Parker distributing the ball wonderfully on that possession.
And it's Lowry penetrating. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
Pass to Butler. Good work defensively by Horford. Allen outside. The Celtics working the ball around now. Lets the three fly. Horford no luck.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Now here's Lowry. Pass to Collins. There's the triple. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Stolen by Collins. Here's Lowry. Covered by Parker. Outside Lowry. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. The G League is testing out more ways to speed up the game. Shorter overtime periods, a 14-second shot clock after an offensive rebound. You think those are necessary things?
I think they're worth trying out, Kevin. I don't know necessarily that they're necessary. Is that redundant?
No,
it might have
like
been.
It makes sense when you say it.
But the league always exploring ways to improve the game, and I commend Adam Silver and the competition committee for trying.
Here's Collins, following the score by Tony Parker. Outside Lowry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Top of the key jumper, no good. Inside. Here's Drummond. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Marvin Bagley picks one up.
Yeah, I don't know if any big man has the combination of strength, speed, and hops that Drummond has, not to mention his length, an unreal physical specimen.
And here's Collison, who will bring it up for Miami. To the inside. Crawford. The shot's good. Collison making the play.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Parker with the bounce pass. Al Horford. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
Well, anytime he gets it down low, that's where he's going to feast. That's his bread and butter.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
And always a bit of risk on those long passes. Lucky the D couldn't come up with it there.
Both teams will make substitutions.
I give the defense a C+ on that possession, but still, I'm sure he's upset he missed.
A three ball. It's hauled in by Collison.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon, because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Parker looking over the floor. And he banks in the layup.
And the defense making its presence felt, but Parker just too creative when he gets down low.
From deep three-point range. Nice shot by Ginobili. Ginobili's got his first 3 points of the game. Collison for and down it goes just as the clock hit 0.
How about the timing and unbelievable touch?
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Heat lead by 1. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And welcome back to the 2K Sports broadcast of the NBA, celebrating Martin Luther King Day. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
The new era of NBA basketball, playing outside in. We'll see if they can take advantage of that moving forward.
And the rejection by Collins. Poke loose. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Al Horford is a multiple all-star. And if you count his stats, you miss what he brings to the table. When you factor in his passing, his defense, his efficiency, he does all the things that help you win. Coach Brad Stevens said, Al Horford averaging 15 points a game for you is like other guys averaging 27. Kevin?
The definition of a pro. Terrific guy. Thank you, D.A. good on the shot.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
When you watch Kyle Lowry play, you see how much bigger he is than his stats. Does so many little things on both ends of the floor. I mean, he's a great screen setter, takes charges, all the things that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet, but are important when it comes to winning.
To the middle. Bogut in the corner. Back to Gibson.
So easy to respect Taj Gibson and the way he goes about his business. A strong leader on and off the floor.
This is his first free throw of the game.
77% shooter at the line a season ago. Those are better than average numbers.
Here's Collison. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Greg, with Lowry, it isn't like he's quiet on the stat sheet either.
No, he is a bulldog. I mean, scores it, the playmaking. He's just complete in terms of a backcourt player. Rebounds as well as anybody for his position, and got good hands on defense. It just gives you a little bit of everything at that point guard position.
And here's Young. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. And for 3, Collison unable to get that one. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Here's Gibson. And it's Miami with the rebound.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Young with no one around. Heat on D. They've only given up 1 point in the second quarter. That one coming at the line.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Over in the corner. Lure. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lure. And it's sent back by Bogut.
Bogut knows his role so well and is always in good defensive position. Good block there.
Shots good from Young.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Well, this Heat organization has had such a great run of success under their owner, Mickey Arison, and what Pat Riley has done to pour the foundation of the culture around Miami. This is not a team that likes to throw away any chance to compete, or any season for that matter.
6 on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Here's Gibson. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And the Heat with some changes. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Making a change here. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Here's Collison. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Collison's got the lead up to 8 now for the Heat. And memories of the Big Three era of Bosh and Wade and LeBron James still fresh, Brent, in the memory of the Heat organization.
Well, more fresh in the memory of the fans of the Miami Heat. The organization trying to do their best to move forward and move on. Of course, that team 4 straight finals appearances, won 2 NBA championships. They want to get back to that level. They know they got to find some talent and some diamonds in the rough. and trying to figure out a path to get there.
The Heat leading by 8. Ginobili with the steal. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Got to keep Taj out of the post. How many of those have we seen?
To the paint. Here's Butler. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. And that's now 11 points for Butler.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Good job by Taj using his muscle on that shot, even when you rough him up.
Celtics have only one missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them. Here's Collison. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Miami shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. You throw good, Darren Collison.
You know, when you think of Darren Collison, I think of a smart point guard. He had 2 seasons playing understudy to Chris Paul in both New Orleans and L.A. Similar type of players who are very efficient and just gets the job done.
And with Collison and how he plays, when he's off the floor, you notice.
I mean, things just don't seem to run as smoothly when he's not at the helm. Finds that balance between creating for himself and others, selective with his shots, and truly a complete guard, even if he doesn't do a lot of those flashy things.
Celtics have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
And Miami making a change here. Collins wide open, he fires. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Collins has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Drummond laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
He doesn't do some of the damage that other big men do on the perimeter, but inside, Drummond's got just as much game as anybody.
And Lowry gets double teamed. And another basket for Miami.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense come to him naturally and then building upon this lead for his team.
13 feet away. That's tipped.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters. Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And that one's good by Porter.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, they've been the better shooting team throughout the first half because of their patience and because of their shot selection.
To the inside. Gibson. The layup off target.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And Lowry puts up a deep 3. And no good on the last second attempt. Jimmy Butler has been on display for Miami. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Thanks again for joining us, and welcome back to our special Martin Luther King Day presentation of the NBA. So many modern offenses no longer rely on a point guard to initiate the play. Tell us a little bit more. Walk us through that process.
I think a lot of teams, Kevin, are getting more towards motion offenses, almost playing in a secondary break where you've either coming off a score, you're coming down the floor, the point guard gets off the ball, and with all the players moving around and with the multifaceted skill set of your small forward and your power forward who's now playing at the point, distributing the ball, setting screens, DHO, because of that skill set, you don't really have the heavy reliance on point guard domination with the basketball, setting up every play, and being the only playmaker on the floor. Now you have 3 and sometimes 4 getting that job done.
Horford has a wide open look. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili.
Excellent job by Horford to shoot that as soon as he catches it. No time for the defense to get to him.
That one drops for him.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, it's like 4 teenagers at home over the summer, just not enough activity. You've gotten your rest. It's time to man up. This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
They double team Ginobili. Parsons outside. From outside the arc. Rebound by the Heat. They host the Clippers after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Shots good from Butler.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Pass to Bogut. Back to Ginobili. Nice ball movement by Boston. It's stolen by Bagley. In transition, here comes Miami. Here's Lowry. And that's collected by Bogut. Celtics trailed by 18. Now Ginobili. Guarded by Porter. Boston again missing. Collins in the post. Pass to Butler. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Bogut. And so Young will bring it up for Boston. In the corner, Parsons with it. And the basket by Horford. Horford's got 6 in the quarter.
Just no slowing down Horford when he's that deep in the paint. The defense was there, but he just took it right at him.
Back to Lowry. Pass to Bagley. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Horford. Here's Ginobili. The shot from the low post is good. Ginobili's got 5 now.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention and takes advantage of a poor rotation defensively.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. And that'll prompt Brad Stevens to break right here. Timeout taken. You look at Jimmy Butler. He's really been playing well.
He can't be stopped right now. The D looks like they're at a loss. And they have no idea how to contain him.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And he lays it straight in. 8 points for Taj Gibson.
Working on the inside, Taj Gibson goes to it. Tremendous at imposing his will down there.
Back to Lure. Hangs in the air. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Here's Drummond. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. 11 points in the game.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
And for Yusuf Nurkic, you see the flashes of how dominant he can be in every game.
I mean, the potential is there, and he is working hard to find that consistency I do believe he's noticeably better when he plays with an edge. He's more in tune with what's going on. You almost want to rile him up or do something to tick him off before every game to get the best out of him.
Celtics trail by 13. Pass to Drummond. Back to Parker. Now here's Drummond. From past the arc. Knocks down the three ball. Gibson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Out left to the wing. Pass to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
I just think it was a matter of getting recomposed, altering their game plan just a little bit. They look completely in sync now.
Now a timeout called by Miami. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Outside Collison. Out to the wing. Gets to the corner and buries it. Collison's got 12.
And they just refuse to go away and really have slowly worked themselves back into the game.
And there's the foul. It goes on C.J. Miles. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Celtics have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that
much. A steal and out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Timeout called, the Heat. Miami leading by 9.
And really, this is where you want to just let the clock wind down.
Yep, unless you get a great look that's impossible to pass up, use the time wisely.
Pass to Hart. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Heat. Here's Butler. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And welcome back to our special presentation of the NBA for Martin Luther King Day. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens was talking about with his players. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Sensational pass by Horford on that play. Terrific job whipping the ball over to the open man.
And stolen by Drummond. And now Parker pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Got a piece of it. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Lowry for three. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for Boston. 7-point differential. Double team on Parker. Pass to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
You could see Drummond's eyes light up once he knew that finish was coming. He didn't waste the chance. Boy, did he get his money's worth on that one.
And stolen by Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, this team now has to settle in right here and have a great possession without getting so aggressive that you compound your mistake.
Back to Lowry. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
And his touch inside more than makes up for Lowry's lack of size. He's a terrific finisher in the paint and doesn't miss many once he gets in tight.
Horford, no luck. The Heat leading by 5. Parker with the steal. And the basket by Horford.
Bull in a China shop. Horford ducks his head in there, charging into the lane. Once he saw that gap, and a smooth finish.
And Lowry gets double teamed. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tony Allen. That is his first foul of the game. And it's Bagley at the elbow. Back to Butler. Inside. They get a hand on it. Gibson with the steal.
And that's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right after the other.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And Greg, what's not to like about Taj Gibson?
I mean, he's a hard worker defensively, finishes well inside, he's got the mid-range shooting touch. But what I like most, really, his unselfishness. He started, came off the bench, no complaints. This is a guy that just wants to win.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Horford with the bounce pass. Pass to Parker. And here is Horford. 5 to shoot. And here is Drummond. Defended by Miles. Good on the bucket. And it's now 22 points for Andre Drummond.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Timeout called, the Heat.
And if there was ever a guy who was more than what his stats say, it's Al Horford. Won't have nights where he drops 50 or carries a team with his shot blocking, but you ask anyone he's played with and they'll tell you he is a perfect teammate.
Now a timeout called by Miami. And the big men who compete against Horford have nothing but respect for him, Greg.
Well, it is why he's been selected as an all-star by his peers and why guys like Embiid admire his game. I mean, Horford does all the small things on the floor you need as a big man. He's so humble. He just goes about his game and makes his team better in every facet.
Pass to Bagley. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Stepping up, Bagley lives to compete. He wants the ball when the game is on the line. How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
And Nurkic has it in the corner. Outside Lowry. Butler. The shot that time, not on target. Now the Celtics take it the other way. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's foul number 2 for him. Pass to Parker. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for the Miami Heat. Took him no time at all on that one. 20 points for Jimmy Butler.
And you can see the leadership there that Butler possesses. Commanding the rock on important possessions here down the stretch.
Hart, that's good.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
And Lowry gets double teamed. Back to Butler. Pass to Bagley. Heat moving the ball around. And again, Miami with the triple.
I just like how confident Butler looks pulling up from deep. Knows he has what it takes to bury that jump shot on a consistent basis.
Here's Hart. Fires the 3. They get the rebound. Drummond. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. He drops the first one, and that brings them within 2 here. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
And Drummond throws it down.
Just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And it's Bagley in the corner. And it's off from 3-point range. And they're in position to take the lead.
And how big would a bucket be at this stage of the game?
Back to Parker. In the corner, Drummond with it. Yes!
Oh, that is the play of the game.
Nothing more rewarding than hitting the big shot for your team.
Right side, Butler. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Pass to Horford. To the middle. Drummond. It's good.
Full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control since the opening tip, and that may have sealed the deal.
I can imagine a lot of things right now, but a comeback, that's not one of them.
And the Heat call time here. They're trailing by 4. There's 14 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
They love to get it into the hands of their best scorer, but you also need a backup plan. Plan B has to be covered.
Butler in the corner to end the run. That shot no good. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.